Hello everyone, welcome to TMS Spoken English Smart Classes. You are watching Converse and Connect Express with our global educators and my brilliant shining stars. Today we are going to speak on an amazing topic, but before this, I would like to tell you I'm Dr. Mavi Bose.
I am Madhu Sharma.
I'm Gunika.
I am Ryan.
I am Jeannie Rafstead from the United States.
Yeah, we have a brilliant and intellectual and full of sense of humor, like global educator with us, Jenny Robson, ma'am. We really enjoy with her a lot. And today, if you see in our honor, we always wearing this hat, and this is now it is our attire. Whenever she comes, we love to do this. So like you must have heard many of the times that we talk about accent pronunciation, and today also we will include that, but with short storytelling. So let's see what is in the box today. So over to you, my dear respected ma'am.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here. It's nice to see all of you again and to join the podcast. I thought it would be fun to share some interesting things about ourselves with each other and our viewing audience in our English conversation today. Perhaps we could each tell a short story about ourselves. What do you think of that idea?
Yes, that would be great.
Amazing, we're ready.
Let's
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that sounds great. Now, so here's some English vocabulary about storytelling. When we write and tell the story of a real person's life, we use the word biography. Let's all say biography.
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 Good.
Ryan, kindly unmute and speak, my dear.
Now
biography.
let's say it a little bit quicker. Biography.
Biography.
Very good. That's excellent. Now,
Ryan, speak biography.
yes, it's
Speak
wonderful.
faster.
Biography.
And if we were telling a biographical story about someone else, what information do you think we should include?
I think it would be definitely use the name of real person and where they live.
Yeah. So would we talk about, how old they were, where they're born, if they're still living? Yeah, that would be very important because we would want to say that we're talking about a lady who was born on such and such a date, and she is now a historical figure, or it's somebody that's in our lives right now that we see on the World Wide Web or some other place. So it's very important to say if they're alive or they're from the history, right?
Right.
Okay. And do you think that the information that we present in a biography should be factual, meaning the truth about that person?
Yes.
Yes, because
True.
if it isn't factual, then what is it? It's opinion. It's, a story that we're making up. So when we do a biography, we want to make sure that the information that we are relating about that person is factual. Okay, so
Exactly.
if we write and tell a story about ourselves, it's called an autobiography.
Autobiography.
Autobiography. And now let's say it quicker. Autobiography.
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 Very, very good. That's excellent. So now, as I said earlier, I would like us all to share some interesting facts about ourselves. And so each one of us will tell an autobiographical story about ourselves. And here are some vocabulary words that you might use in your story, such as neighborhood,
Neighborhood.
Neighborhood.
hobby,
Hobby.
Hobby.
learning a musical instrument,
Learning
Learning a
musical
musical
instrument.
instrument.
learning to cook with our mother or grandmother,
Learning
Learning
to cook
Learning
with
to
our
cook with our
mother or
mother or
grandmother.
grandmother.
taking
Ryan, are you speaking, my dear? You should also speak.
Yeah, ma'am, speaking.
Yeah, speak louder, my dear.
How
Yeah.
about taking care of a pet?
Taking care
Taking
of a
Taking
care
care
pet.
of
of
Pet.
Sports that you like to play.
sports
Sports
that you
you
like
sports
like
to
to
that you
play.
like
play.
to play.
Okay, now let's get started with this vocabulary. What does the English word neighborhood mean? Anybody know?
Yeah, I think it's the area of a town that surrounds where someone lives.
Yes, that's a very good definition of the neighborhood. So, once more, neighborhood.
Neighborhood.
Neighbor,
Neighborhood.
Now, in as regular speed, neighborhood.
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 Very good. See, it's always good when you come across a new word to pronounce it by syllables. Neighborhood, neighborhood, until you
Ne-
say it as speed.
Neighborhood.
Neighborhood. Okay. So, what does the English word hobby mean?
Hobby
It
means
is
the things which we do in our activities, like the sports whichever we like, the crafts whichever we like, the art, different type of art, dancing, singing, that are may our hobby.
Yes, excellent. That's a list of many hobbies that people have. Great job. So, learning to play a musical instrument, would that be considered a hobby?
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
it would be. Um, when we learn to play musical instrument, it's very beneficial to the person who learns the instrument because then they have a talent and a skill that they can use. Because not only do they learn this skill, but in the process of learning, it has a very positive effect on the brain. So, playing a musical instrument is a very beneficial hobby.
So is playing sports considered as a hobby?
Yes, absolutely. And it's a very healthy hobby, too.
Yeah, I'm learning karate, so it is my physical hobby.
And I love to rap. And how about you? What's your hobby, my dear?
No, I haven't gotten into rapping yet, but I think that's fun. I've heard you. You do a great job. But that's a
Thank
wonderful
you,
thing
ma'am.
to have. It teaches rhythm. It teaches so many connections with the actual society, rap words, slang words, what the sense of is going on in the community. So it's a very good hobby. Um, so
Thank
learning
you.
to cook. Do any of you like to learn to cook?
Yeah. Is
Well, I think
learning to cook
I'm
is
learning.
also it's also an hobby.
Yes, it's a
Learning to cook.
Yeah.
hobby.
Absolutely. Madhu ma'am is like she might be pro, but Gunika and I'm learning. And I'm
No,
actually learning
ma'am,
very.
I have done the cooking only one time, but I don't like to dirty my hands.
She knows, ma'am, how to make sandwiches. Whenever I ask in the class how fast session, I ma'am, I know how to make sandwiches and all. So
Well, I
I
find
think
that
I experiment, ma'am. I always experiment, but I'm not good at spices. So I always take, a lot of ingredients. And after seeing this, people might feel like that it's going to be scrumptious, but it's not that at all. And later, it's like
Only one time
my
I
younger
have
sister.
made only one time I have make a dough for chocolate balls.
Oh, see, ma'am, she's an amazing. She makes chocolate ball.
I,
Ran, do you know how to cook, or are you learning?
I have been
I'm
cooking
learning.
all of my life, and I can make some things very well. I'm not a gourmet cook because I, basically cook pretty simple things. I'm not into a lot of sauces, but I cook all the time. And when my
But,
mother,
ma'am, I know your hobby. I believe comedy.
no, actually, that's how I make a living. But writing is a craft. And that's different than a hobby because a craft is something that we have to study to learn how to do and fine tune and maybe even get instruction on doing it. So, writing is a craft, although some people could write for a hobby, just like poetry or whatever, but it's really a craft. Is owning and taking care of it?
Yeah.
What do you think
Yeah.
about that? What do you think?
Yes. Yeah, I was also about to ask this question. That is owning and taking care of pet is considered as hobby?
Well, it's more of a responsibility and a labor of love because we,
like I have a fish. Before it, I have a lady. Sorry, uh, what can we say? Birds in my houses, but they are we take care of them, but in winters they suffer and they died.
oh, well, yeah, sorry about that part. Yeah. But if we have a dog or a cat or something like that that lives in our house,
No, I have only now I have only fishes, and in that they are the species baby shark.
really, you have a shark.
Yeah, and they are so they have we have three baby sharks. Uh, they grown up till like this. And then she died after two are remaining. One is this much, and then second one is this much.
Wow. Well, wow. And do you feed the sharks?
We always we give the food at night to them, and they ran up and come to the corner.
Okay. Oh, that sounds very interesting. Okay, well, I'd like to start with my autobiography story, and then each one of you can share your story. How does that sound? Sounds good? Okay. Uh,
Great.
now here's my story. When I was a little girl, let's say about 10 or 11, I really wanted to learn to play the piano. And I grew up in a household with my mother and my three brothers. I was the second of the four children. But there was no money in my house for a piano or for lessons. But I had a good friend in my neighborhood, which we talked about, who had a piano because her mother wanted her to play the piano. Her name was Christy. But Christy was not interested in the piano. She was an athlete. She wanted to play sports. But she let me come down and play on her piano every now and then. She was very kind. And so I would sit around on her piano and I'd pick out some tunes in her beginner books. And I enjoyed myself very much. But that's as far as it went. I went into high school, and so I kind of got away from teaching myself the piano. But when I got to college, my school had a music department. And I found that I could study piano there as an elective. Elective means that this was not required for my course of study, but I could take it there for credit. So I had to play a test piece to get into the appropriate piano class, and I placed in beginner B class because I had learned how to I had taught myself how to read music and play a few little simple tunes. At the end of the school term, there was a music contest in the concert hall where the students from each level, the best students from each level, were selected to play on a concert grand piano. Now, concert grand is 7 feet long. The harp in a concert grand is 7 feet long. I had never played on a piano like that before. They allowed us 15 minutes sometime before the concert to go in and play our piece. But now I was very proud that I was selected to play in the concert. But I was also very, very nervous because I was a beginner player and I was going to be playing with piano students who had been playing for years. And they could play concertos. They were just wonderful. So I practiced and I practiced and I practiced. Then I practiced some more. The day of the concert came. The student from the beginner A class came out and played. She got her applause and she left the stage. Then I walked out and I bowed to the audience as I was taught. I sat down on the piano bench. I put my hands on the keys, and I don't remember a single thing after that. To this day, I don't remember a single thing about playing that piece. But then the audience started clapping. So I stood up and I bowed to them and I walked off the stage. When I got backstage, one of my classmates said, Jeannie, I didn't know that you could play like that. And I said, that makes two of us. The reason why I'm telling this story is because every now and then we challenge ourselves. We decide to do something outside of our comfort zone. And this is how we break through and gain confidence. But I was able to get through this moment because of all of the practice that I had done. I put in the work. And so this is a story that I like to teach my students who are learning how to speak, and my clients and the entrepreneurs who are pitching for money in my workshop. If we practice, if we practice, if we practice, that will get us through the moment when we feel nervous. So here is my little slogan to my students. Practice, practice your speech, not until you get it right, but until you cannot get it wrong. Now, I hope that this lesson will be a takeaway for you from my story. Thank you.
It was really so inspiring, ma'am, and it has even memorized our own childhood, especially to me and Madhu, ma'am. Yes, Gunika and Ryan are still in childhood, so it was
Hmm.
seriously incredible, and I believe they also got so much motivation from it. So let's hear from all of you now your short story one by one.
I
So
can
who is
hardly
going
wait.
first?
Who's first?
Who's first? Yeah.
Okay.
Come
Hmm.
on. Yeah.
May I?
Yes, sure, Madhu ma'am.
There are many incidents of childhood that we are cherishing in our heart. So I will share just funny event of my school days. So I think I was in seventh grade or maybe eighth. I don't remember exactly. So I was fond of participating in assemblies in school. On Saturdays we had assemblies. Every second Saturday we had assemblies in school, and sometimes we had debate and elocution competition, and sometimes we had poetry competition. Sometimes once there was a competition of jokes. So everybody will be cracking jokes. So in that assembly, I noticed that all the boys had decided that they won't laugh and when a girl is going to tell a joke, and if a boy will is going to tell a joke, then they used to applaud too much, and they used to laugh, artificial laugh. They used to make artificial laughs also, but they kept mum when a girl cracked a joke, and they sit like that, just putting their finger on their lips. So I also had participated, and I thought that if boys will not laugh and boys will not clap, then the sound will be quite dull. Girls don't have a um, strong sound of their clap. So what I did when my name was announced, I went there and in the starting I said that there are two types of jokes. One type of joke is quite hilarious, and people used to laugh at once. But other jokes are suppose of relating to intelligence. So those who are intelligent and those who see the meaning behind it, only they will be laughing, and if they are not laughing, that means they have not understood the joke. So, so I was supposed to tell only one joke, but just to prove that simple joke, whether they are laughing or not laughing on simple joke. So I told one joke that somebody asked that what's your name. So he said my name is Jeevan Lal. In Hindi, it was Jeevan Lal. Jeevan Lal. Jeevan means life, and Lal means boy. So there is one soap in India. It is called Life Boy. So he said ki Jeevan Lal. Then he asked, and what is son's name? So he said um, uh, Moon, Chandra, Chandrakant, Moonlight. If we translate in English, so it was Moonlight. So that was only a simple joke. So he said, ki, "What's your name?" He said, "Jeevan Lal." Then what's your son's name? He said, "Chandrakant." So he said, "Speak in English." He just translated the name. Ki, my name is Life Boy, and my son's name is Moonlight. So these two were soaps which were being sold in India. So it was only simple joke, and nobody would have laughed. But because I stated in the beginning that those who are understanding it only they are going to laugh. So boys started laughing. He ha ha ha. He purposely did that and clapped clapped a lot. So then I said, okay, you are making too much efforts to prove that you are quite intelligent and you understood the joke. So now don't make efforts, and I'm going to tell the actual joke which I had prepared for today. Then I told them the actual joke, and they automatically laughed at it. That was a funny moment.
Good for you. Good for you.
And you made us laugh as well.
Yes,
It was truly interesting.
as a comedian myself, I love to
Exactly.
get people to laugh. In fact, I found it created this euphoria. I always was going for the laugh, and I ended up turning it into a career. But that's what I call it, going for the laugh all the time. Thank you for that story. That was wonderful. Who's next?
Who is next? Gunika. Gunika, you don't have any story.
Mom, I have one story of my school, but I don't think that I have to tell that.
No, tell it, no issues. If that's good,
Okay,
so we would love to hear.
yeah. What's
Ryan, turn on your
happened?
video. If you also want to share the story, you can share, my dear.
What's
No,
ha-
sorry, some network has gone.
Yes, Arat. Yes, Gunika.
what happened that in our college, when I'm in class sixth or fifth, I we are making line for the lunch. For the lunch hall, we have to go there downstairs. So the boys are we are making height weight line, and boys are talking too much. So our teacher said that don't talk. The teacher said it four to five times, and no boy is listening, we are the girls. We are like have kept mum that we not say anything, and but the boys are talking a lot and a lot. So so the teacher wants them four to five times, but when they not listen, the ma'am say that now you boys you all boys will not go on lunch. Only girls only girls go for the lunch, and boys will stay here. I think in my mind that they deserve it.
Cool, cool. That is the story how when a child speaks, I can
Yeah.
really understand Gunika. It was so, but it was captivating. We enjoyed it.
It-
And our
Yeah,
audience,
and
Jenny ma'am,
then
our
and
audience are also enjoying our podcast a lot.
girls go to the lunch hall, all every class is surprised that only girls have come to take a lunch and no boys are there. And then when we come to the class, then ma'am say that you all boys go. Now you all boys can go to take the lunch.
No, thank you very much for sharing that because you actually shared two stories today. You shared your story about the sharks, which I thought was fascinating. I've never known anybody who actually owned a shark in their house, and so you are very special. And now this story about the lunch line is hilarious. Thank you so much. Hey,
Madhu ma'am and Ryan, kindly turn on your video, guys. Uh, Ryan, what's wrong with your video, my dear? Okay, so no issues. Maybe Madhu ma'am's home, somebody's there. Gunika asked Jinisha also to join now. Pavni, are we ready? Unmute yourself. You can say green to ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So,
Hello.
Pavni, do you have any short story to tell, ma'am? Ma'am is asking about the story. So, do you have any short story? A short story, a funny story, anything which is in your mind?
Then when my younger cousin come in this truck,
Uh-huh. So, speak. Yeah, we are listening.
so then he play with my friends and make my friends his.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that is all. Okay. No, no worries, ma'am. She hasn't joined before, so she wasn't aware that how. So, there were many funny story in our life and funny incident which occurs, but I will not go with. Jinisha, you can ask Gunika also to sit with you, no issues. She should also continue. So, Jenny, ma'am, I won't share the much story because I would love to hear you. But if the work, like, we are going with the comedy, so I still like we have many more things to say. So in my mind, as it is, Gunika shared her childhood story. So I will also share one of the childhood little incident only. So this kind of incident keeps happening. I was in the train, and we were searching, and the water was dropping on our head, and we were like, what's no, 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 the water was dropping to someone's head, like, so some people, and then the guys were like, where the water is dropping from, and they were looking up again and again, and later, and we couldn't even realize why the person is looking. And the girls were feeling that so little insecure. They felt that why the guy is watching. And then later the guy said, uh, the girl said that, brother, will you stop seeing us again and again? And then he was like, I'm not seeing all of you. That I don't know the where is the water. Rain is falling in the train itself. So it's raining or what? So so we have seen there's a bottle in our bag which was little loose with us with its cap, and it was just on his head. It's dropping, and then we were like, sorry, 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 sorry. That and then we realized, oh, it was our mistake. So it happens. There are the many things and many incident occurs in our life, which was so funny. Aradhya, would you like to share any funny incident or story to Jenny, ma'am?
While she's thinking about it, I
Okay.
want to point out, Dr. Madhva, your hat today is superb. I love that.
Thank
That's absolutely.
you.
And look, we have two ladies with it. Oh, look at all these hats. Wonderful.
Yeah. Aradhya, if you have hat, you can wear it, and we can't hear you, my dear. We can't hear you. Join from other device. Ryan, can you speak something?
I can't have a hat.
You don't have a hat, no worries. If you have a cap, you can wear it. No issues. Okay, Ryan, can you hear us?
Yeah, ma'am, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, would you like to share some story?
Like, about my childhood.
Yeah, yeah, sure. You are already a child, but yeah, you can say.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, like from yesterday.
Ma'am, they got enough mature with all of us, so that's the reason. Yes, yes, Ryan, please go ahead.
Ma'am, then,
Okay, no problem, no problem. You can think about it. We can speak later. No issues. All right. Yeah. So yes, Jenny, ma'am, you can ask them, talk to them, any other thing, as much time you have, and whenever you feel like, I will then let you go. We don't want to let you go, but whenever you feel like, please let us know. But we'd love to have you here.
Thank
My
you.
shining stars are ready.
See, one of the things that's fun to tell stories about our lives is that it really helps us feel connected to our families and our friends. I grew up, as I mentioned earlier, with three brothers, no sisters. I would have really liked to have had a sister, but that wasn't in the cards for me. So I had three brothers, and they were very different and interesting people. And even though I think that I'm a funny person because I am. I make a living telling jokes and stories. My youngest brother was actually, I think, very, very funny, just naturally. And, do you think that funny people are born funny, or do you think they learn how to be funny? Because my theory is,
They learn.
my, my theory is that people who are funny, and then I'm going to come to you, Puani, if I hope I said that right. But I think that we're born wired a little bit differently so that we see things in a different light than most people, through a different lens, a different camera lens. Okay, what about you? You have your hand up. Is that pronounced Pawani?
Yes, Pavani.
Okay, so what is your view?
Ma'am, I have a sister. She's also so funny.
Okay,
So,
okay.
ma'am, she's sharing that she has a sister. She is very funny. So, ma'am, in my view, I think that Gunika, we can't see you, my dear, so sit properly. And ma'am, I think that people become funny. They are not born funny. Absolutely, it is an internal talent. But yeah, they become funny. And most of the time, I have seen those people who struggled a lot in their life, they are more funny
Yeah.
because yeah, because they know how the pain is, and they don't want people to see in the pain. Jenny ma'am, I am so excited. So before we like continuing, I would love to know that how our audience are there, and they are complimenting you a lot. So there are many compliments for you. You
Thank
all are motivating me to start a new journey with you guys.
Oh,
How
great.
sweet. Good vibes. Trophy yellow smiling and face blue smiling. We have then pink. Okay, hand waving. We have marvelous. Oh wow, awesome. Boys versus girls, eternal. You made us laugh. This podcast was very interesting.
Well, thank you.
Jenny, ma'am, you are my favorite global educator.
Oh, thank you so much. That's very
It's
kind of you.
superb.
Very, very.
And the audience are laughing. See? Ha 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 ha. And it's very interesting podcast. It seems a good whenever your students interact with each other.
Yes.
Then we have your ability to inspire your student to explore topics like sophistication is truly commendable. Your guidance and support create an enriching learning environment.
Well, thank you.
And an interesting podcast. So we have enough comments today, and these kids are awesome.
Yes. Yes. These. First of all, I just want to say how much it means to me when you wear your hats, because you're absolutely adorable. You really, really are when you put your hats on. And so thank you for doing that in my honor. I told you a little story about my hats, right? I have over 150 of them. And so you might think to yourself, well, she doesn't need to buy any more hats. You are wrong. I bought two just the other day. Why? You say to yourself, why do you need two more hats? Well, I didn't have two hats like that. So now I have stacks of hats all over the place, and I wear them every day. I am known for my hats, and so I really appreciate when you show up. And look at this beautiful hat that Dr. Madhvi has on today. I love that. I just think it's
Thank you so much, ma'am. By appreciating, you will make me, purchase more hats. So I have already got two, three, but yeah, I'll get more because now I'm so fond of it. Ma'am, today comments are not even stopping. They are still, these kids are awesome. The
yes.
teachers who are helping them to grow more than are fab. These mentors are awesome who are helping them to achieve their goals and fabulous.
Thank you.
Well, we love you, audience. We all love you so much. And Jenny, ma'am, you should also say something to our amazing audience who are like, commenting like anything.
Yeah, I really appreciate your comments so much, because whenever we teach or perform or get in front of any kind of an audience, even I can't see you, but I know you're there. it's very gratifying to know that you have reached your audience in a positive way and that they will maybe leave having learned something from you, or they'll spend the rest of their day feeling good about something that they heard in the lesson. So I want to thank you for taking the time to write something kind. It's just wonderful. And I know that the young girls that are on the screen here, they appreciate your comments about them. I know that Dr. Madhvi appreciates the fact that you're watching and supporting this podcast. I have a lot of fun here. I really look forward to it. This is in a nice time in the morning for me because, because of the time difference between where you are in India and where I am in Hammond, Indiana. So when we start the podcast at 7:30 p.m. your time, it's 9 o'clock in the morning where I am. And that's a very, very good time for me. So I come in here fresh and I'm looking at you and you look so cute and adorable. Thank you for coming and being on the screen. And thank you for watching. I really appreciate everything that you say. That's supportive about this process. Thank you.
Thanks million to you, ma'am. And your vibes, trust me, whenever like I just started checking, I start checking my hearts, all of my family members, they ask me, so today's Ginny ma'am. So they all understand that, yeah, this is the vibe. So this is something wonderful. And next time Aradhya and Janani are also going to buy one hat. I'm so sure. And they will also sit with that. And ma'am, in the welcome of you, they are going to present a short songs if you permit them. So
Oh,
if they are prepared.
this sounds good. Okay.
Yeah. So let's start with Janni. Janni, you are ready with the song?
Who, me? Not me. Oh, no,
Okay, you can think about it. No, ma'am, we have Janani also.
no.
Ginny
Okay.
ma'am, yeah, Ginny ma'am, we have a similar name, Janani also with us. Okay, let's move to Janisha. Okay, Aradhya has got a cat. Wow, amazing. Yes, Janisha, unmute yourself. Yeah, yeah,
Ma'am,
Janisha, you can sing with Gunika. You both can sing together one song.
yes, ma'am. So let you sing that one.
Before you are thinking till that time, let's go with
Ma'am,
Pawnee
we
then.
thought.
Okay,
Yes,
think, make it faster. Yes, Pawnee,
yes,
start,
ma'am.
my dear. She's always ready. Unmute yourself, Pawnee. Yeah.
Okay. I walked across an empty land. I knew the pathway like the back of my hand. I felt the earth set by the river and it made me complete. So sympathetic and having fun. I getting old, I need to something relax. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Very, very, you have a
So
sweet
who is
voice.
ready next? Who
Very,
is
very
ready
good.
next for
Yes,
presenting
ma'am,
a
we are
song
ready.
for
Thank
us?
you, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, we are
Yes,
ready.
Gunika and Janisha.
Yeah,
Yes,
ma'am.
go ahead.
Yes, ma'am.
Johnny, you can
So
think till
close
that time,
by.
okay? Any song or poem in your mind. Yes,
Yeah.
Gunika and Janisha, go ahead.
The snow glows white on the mountain tonight, not a footprint to be seen. The kingdom of isolation, it looks like I'm the queen. The wind is howling like it's swirling storm inside. Couldn't keep it in heaven, I tried. Don't let them in, don't let them see. Be the good girl you always have to be. Conceal, don't feel, don't let them know. Well, now they know. Let it go, let it go. Turn away and slam the door. I don't care what they're going to say. Let the storm rage on. The cold will never bother me anyway.
Excellent.
Wonderful.
I loved it. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Okay, so we have next Aradhya. You see, ma'am, Aradhya has got new hat. I think she is wearing her mom's hat now. And I was
Yes.
literally laughing because, when she wore it, her face was hidden and she had only so much. She was just settling it. It was so cute.
Yes. That's
Yes, Aradhya. Yes, go ahead, my dear.
I am Barbie girl in the Barbie world. Black and plastic. It's fantastic. You can brush my hair and dress me everywhere. Imagination, that is your creation. Come on, Barbie, let's go party. Ah, ah, ah. Come on, Barbie, let's go party. Ooh, wow, ooh, wow. Come on, Barbie, let's go party. Ah, 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 yeah. Thank you.
adorable. Very cute. And I like your hat too. You look cute.
That's wonderful. Johnny, have you prepared any song, poem, anything is in your mind?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ma'am, this song is known as Echo Feet.
Yeah, go ahead.
When the night has fallen, when the fear is common, still you're calling me. When my faith is lost in, your hope is exhausted. You will be my strength. When my mind says I'm not good enough, God, you're enough for me. Yeah, I decided I'm not giving up. Cause you won't give up on me. You won't give up on me. Your love is holding on. It won't let go. Let go. Feeling breaking out like an echo. Your love is holding on. It won't let go. Feeling breaking out like an echo in my soul. So that's it, ma'am.
Thank you.
Wow.
Very,
Ma'am,
very,
I will also present.
very nice. You did a great job.
Ma'am, I will also present then now. 20-second song, if you allow me.
Yes.
I'll rap it. I have a rap video, so I'll
Yeah.
just show you.
Yes.
So, as you love. Click, clack, bada bing, bada boom. All eyes on me when I step in the room. If you don't know, better ask somebody. Watch a man hit the rack like a pang, pang, pang. Rum, pang, pada, pada, pang, pang, pang. Raise a glass to the roof like jung, jung, jung. Hands up, lit with a bottle full of honey. Watch your mouth when you speak my name, Madhvi.
Awesome. Awesome sauce. When in American English, when we're talking to our friends about something that went really well, we add sauce like applesauce. We go awesome sauce. Well, your last video was awesome sauce, and I like the hands.
Thank you, ma'am.
The hands.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Ma'am, they know the longest word. They don't know the longest word, so they will use for you. So let's say to ma'am, how was ma'am's performance today with us?
I'm
Say everybody say together.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
So ma'am, it's a Mary Poppins one saying supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Thank you so much. I like that word. I still remember it from that movie years ago. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. All
Delicious.
of you. Thank you. This was a lot of fun. So today I'll just do a short little recap of our vocabulary that we introduced today was biography, which means what? Biography means what? A fact
Story.
about
Everybody.
yes. And an autobiography means a story.
Are written for by us.
Yes. And neighborhood means what?
The people are living in our surrounding.
Yes. And what is a hobby?
Hobby means the things whichever we do in our like singing, dancing.
Yes. In our free
Leisure
time.
time.
It's the things we do for pleasure in our free
In our free time, whichever things we do, that are our hobbies.
So are any of you learning a musical instrument?
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, I'm learning harmonium.
Oh, very, very good. That's excellent. That's a wonderful hobby that teaches a skill that we can use and also is good for the brain. Are any of you learning to cook? We were to.
Anybody is learning how to cook? Ma'am, I am. I'm
I
learning a little
already
bit
have
how to
told.
cook.
Very good. All right. And how many of you are taking care of a pet? Which is not really a hobby. So we know about your sharks. Anybody has a cat or a dog or nothing? Okay. So
I
we
have
Ma'am, I'm
fish.
afraid. I'm afraid of pets. We have pet, but whenever I go home and the pet comes, so I'm like, just take him away. Let me go inside.
I
So
live
I'm so afraid
in
of
a
that.
very old house and it's made out of brick. And it was built in 1921, so it's over 100 years old. And even though it's made out of brick, somewhere, somehow, if I don't keep a cat, I get mice in my house. So, so I have a cat. His name is Marmalade, and he is an excellent mouser. So because I have him, the mice don't come in. Okay.
Next time you should show my shining stars. They are so much fond of them.
Oh yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that.
They would
Yeah,
love to
ma'am,
see.
ma'am, you have shown a cat which you have.
Yes, I actually.
I remember when we have meet second time with you.
Yes, he jumped up here. I put him in the basket outside because he climbs all over me. But next time I'll show him. Okay, so
I can show.
um,
I can I can't show my fishes because the fish aquarium is big.
yeah, well that'd be hard to do. Okay, so the last three vocabulary words for today, we talked about an elective, which means that we can take a class for credit to graduate that's not part of our degree of study, right? So sometimes when we get into college or even high school, you can take an elective. Now, what is a round of applause? Yeah, this is when we clap.
So
So,
let's give a huge applause to ma'am for a supercalifragilisticexpialidocious performance. This is we gotta use it.
and the last one, what is a takeaway? When we go to a speech or a performance or maybe even a poetry reading, what is a takeaway? Well, it's a key point that we remember, right? Because it just stuck with us. And so it's a takeaway. So that's
So
the
today's
vocabulary.
takeaway is we all should have a beautiful story to share. So
Yes.
we can inspire or at least make them laugh. Isn't it?
No, I think we ought to have a class where I talk about humor because it's one of the things that I teach.
Yes, ma'am. Please, please. And we will become a jokers.
And then we should
Clowns.
each tell a joke.
Are we ready to become a clown that day?
Yes, I think
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
that we should all at least come with at least one joke or riddle to tell.
Done, ma'am. And we can do even mimicry,
Yeah, yeah.
isn't it?
We should.
Yeah, they are so fond of it. Ma'am was even saying for the Halloween party, but I said you might get afraid, then you will cry.
No,
So
ma'am,
I
please.
have.
No, ma'am. Jinisha is so fond of it.
Well,
So no problem, ma'am. Those students who are interested, we will do Halloween party with them. But you know what? I'm also so sensitive. I don't know how, but we can make a funny one. But ma'am, we are surely doing the clown one next week. Absolutely, we are doing that.
well, or let's say maybe not,
Stand-up comedian.
but let's say comic. Okay, so we're
Common.
going to be a comic as opposed
Yeah.
to a clown. Because see, I used to actually have a business where I was a rent-a-clown. I had a costume, and then
Yeah.
I had a television show. My clown's name was Rose Taptoe. And if you go on my YouTube channel, Jeannie Rapstead YouTube, you can see 5 episodes of my clown, Rose Taptoe. So you
Wow.
But anyway, it was so much fun to be with all of you today. Thank you for inviting me. And I look forward to our next time.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thanks,
Thank you
million.
so
And
much,
even we are so profound gratitude from our side because it was
ma'am.
truly amazing.
Thank you
See,
so
I don't want you to go, ma'am, but Gunika, please let ma'am go. If you take so
And
much time
Jinisha
of her,
is getting so happy for a Halloween party.
so don't worry, we'll do the Halloween party also. But we are doing next time the clown one. So we all will get a red nose. Okay.
or clown or comic. Clown or comic, whatever you want to do. But
Yeah, clown comic. Yeah, absolutely. No worries, ma'am.
we're telling
You please let us know.
jokes or riddles. Okay, jokes or
Yeah, done.
so we're going to, take an example. You can bring 2 or so, how many ever you want, and we'll just tell jokes. And then
Ma'am, kindly give them a little short example so they will prepare accordingly.
okay. Let's see. I can't think of the right one at this exact moment in time.
Ma'am, you can just show them your comedy style.
This
Comedy style.
this is a cooking joke. Okay, how do you fix a broken tomato? You use tomato paste. Do you know what tomato paste is? Anyway, that's a joke for you.
Gotcha.
Okay, so we will see you next time. Bye.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And my dear audience, that's the end of our today's program with our intellectual global educators and my dear shining star. Keep watching and keep learning and keep gaining the knowledge. My dear audience, thank you so much for an amazing comments. My dear shining stars, don't go anywhere. And Jenny ma'am, please wait for 2 to 3 minutes. I'm just coming to you, and then we'll bye you once again. So here we go.
For the last 10 years, TEDx speaker Dr. Madhvi Borsi Sinch Insa has been educating students. In the contemporary era, children used to entertain themselves with movie songs, but students under her are interested in learning, singing, and rapping educational songs. She has presented education in the best form, where anyone can do their studies happily without any stress. Her method of teaching is effective. According to the outcome, adults and senior citizens are also taking an interest in studies. She has described it as a way to develop an interest in education. She has been invited to various national and international webinars as an international guest speaker in which she has explained the easiest technique for studying. She is originally from India. She is also the